It's not the most perfectly made game, but hey, the glitches are amusing. Doomtrap, oh bugger. Yeah, take a look at what that did to Pranko's health. Great fun. So yeah, you need to exercise some caution around that. But does give me an excuse to cure everyone. Didn't put Pranko back at full health, but good enough. Yeah, now that they've started putting the Reaper in treasure chests, good idea to start using Analyzer if you're less daring than me. Because I find it amusing when things go so horribly, terribly wrong. Not quite sure how frequent of a threat that is, but enough of one that it can be trouble. Moving on. Try all you want, you guys aren't quite as annoying as red drops. So following the path, we just find a dead end. And a treasure chest. Yep, I dare. Mimic Box! Okay, good, we actually got to demonstrate that on camera. The Mimic Box is not to be underestimated. It can dish out a lot of damage and fast. So take it down quickly. By hitting the switch, we illuminate special pathways. And hey, it gives me an opportunity to discuss the fact that I think blue fire looks really, really nice. I love different colored fire. It's just always been something that, for some reason, I've really liked. Oh, let's switch Elise over to the whip for now, I think. It's not even something I can really quantify as to why I find it so interesting, but that was always something I loved in chemistry class, was like demonstrations of the colors that different things would burn. Things like produce like green fire or pink, blue. I always loved that. I always did enjoy chemistry and physics classes, mainly because my instructor for those classes was a bit of a mad scientist, so we got a lot of visual demonstrations of things that just were always cool. Whoa, hi there. I, Shade, will test you. And Shade will test us with the Lime Slime. The Lime Slime looks fairly intimidating due to its size, and it can drop random blobs on you that can cause different status effects. Always just keep in mind to aim for the core. The Lime Slime actually gives you a visual representation of how much health it has left. The lower its health, the smaller it gets. And it can also cast darkness element magic like Evil Gate. Earlier on, you can't quite get to the core itself just with your normal moves as easily. You can reach them, but it's very hit and miss. And getting hit with Dark Force. Ow, that hurt. And, of course, interrupted my charge. So yes, as has become a refrain with this LP, oh look, the sprite is dead again. Let's go ahead and give some chocolate to Elise there. I'm sure she'll appreciate that. For those wondering, the Lime Slime is actually weak to Salamando magic. But that's kind of the thing, is I'm wondering if I should just go back to spamming magic against bosses, or keep doing it this way to at least let them show what they can do, and if it just feels like it's dragging on too long, then spam magic. Boy, and now we're just very happily spamming Evil Gate on the sprite. Are you scared I'm going to start throwing Salamando stuff at you? Dispel Magic, on the other hand, isn't really an attack, but it does get rid of any buffs you place, if you bother to place them. Things like Defender, Lucid Barrier, if you have it at this point. Because actually you can have it by this point if you really want it. But I'm doing things in order. So obviously Lime Slime is getting rather tiny. Let's see if I can actually get a charge hit in on you this time. There we go. That's a bit more like it. The smaller it gets, the easier it is to get hits on it, and the easier it is to move around the arena. And I'm going to get pelted with Dark Force again, thank you very much. Is actually magic spamming me. Yeah, cure water all around, please. As it dies? Well, that was a waste. Timing! Oh well. And we get the Javelin Orb. For some reason we had to come to another room before they tell us that. And meet Shade, the Darkness Elemental. He's a right jolly fellow. I am the Spirit of the Darkness, and an Elemental of Mana. Few have defeated my Dark Servants. Take my powers as your reward. And thus we've gained Shade's powers. At least, one of us has. Elise does not get any Shade magic. Shade is solely the domain of Pranko. And we get Evil Gate, Dark Force, and Dispel magic. So let's seal that seed and be on our way. Now that's not to say Elise gets no benefit from this. Having sealed the 5th seed, she can raise all of her elements up to 5, and doesn't have to deal with grinding another element all the way up from 0. She will in a while, though, because while the sprite gets darkness, the girl gets light, and why am I walking all the way to the back? There we go. But lessened though it may be, that does still mean we have some element grinding to do at this point. Eat Dark Force! Kaboom! It doesn't do too much against the bomb bees. But yeah, anyway with that, we do have some magic grinding to do, so time to head back to the inn. Later on, magic use will pretty much become needed, I'm fairly certain. So grinding it, even if I don't use it too much on camera, it'll be a very useful thing later on. And you know, if you want me to use magic more often, just tell me. But with that, I think we're good for now. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're continuing to enjoy the series, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.